Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to a new update on my Tristan Klein's school bus conversion project. I'm converting a full-sized Bluebird school bus into a little shop house on wheels. And I haven't updated y'all, my good friends, in a little time now, so allow me to do so. Allow me to ignore that message. Let's start in the back, because nothing's new in the back. Same old little garage there. There's gonna be a door there. Here's my water tank, getting situated. All these pipes are getting figured out. There's a little pump. I need to pump water in from the outside of the bus so I can fill up this tank. I need to pump water to the hot water heater and then pump water to the sink in the shower. So there are a few things going on there. I'm not a plumber, and this stuff gets complicated even in a simple system. So hopefully by next month this will all be finished up. Almost everything's ready to go. And then I can see if it works. And if it works, I can see if it doesn't leak. So that'll be exciting, and I'll be sure to let you guys know how that goes. Over here is pretty much unclaimed territory. I'm thinking long term it would be a good place for a kennel. Yes, how does a dog get up there? I don't know. We'll figure that out as we go. For now, it's good storage. Just be careful because lots of screws poking out for now. Then down to the bed, very glamorous. Not much going on down there. It's very unfinished right now. There's no frame. I want to have some storage underneath the bed. Very slim storage because I'm going to ignore that message too. Because there's not much headspace. I'm going to put a window there and a window there on the inside. 2 little portholes. I really would like some round windows. If I could find them off of an old boat, that would be the best. So let me know if you know anybody who might know about those. Now here we have just some storage space up there, and what will become a closet, also very unfinished. Moving over to our right, we see the fire area. There's a little bit of progress has been made here. I got some new plates from my good friend Mandy, and I like what's happening here. Yes, it's a very small stove in a very big space, which is very full of license plates. That'll fill out once it's stacked with wood and a couple little shelves are made. I got this out of the garbage at work. It's an old fire panel. I had to take the guts out. One of the fuses, the fuse, had burnt out, and you can't replace them. They're soldered in. So we just got to buy a new entire panel, which I'm sure isn't cheap. But I got it, so that is going to get some little shelves in there. It'll be a nice little cabinet. I'm not sure what'll go in there, but I like the fact that it's fire themed, and it'll match with the fire extinguisher, which will be hung right over there. And yeah, it's a lucky little find. It's a Silent Night. I just think that's a clever name. It's not silent. These things go beeping all the time. It's kind of a pain in the ass. Moving backward further, I haven't done any work on that workbench / table yet. I'll let you know when I do. Bathroom's exactly the same as it was before. Some of the corrugated plastic stuff really turned out to be kind of crappy. Very difficult to work with when you want to get curves and stuff like that. So a couple of the walls, like this one here, I think that looks pretty good. But as far as that ceiling and this wall here, it's got a little wavy. So I'm probably going to recover or just cover that in a thin plastic material like acrylic sheeting, which was my original plan. So here we have the pantry. It was going to be 1 foot wide. Now it's 1.5 feet wide, which I think is great. And instead of it going all the way to the top, my plan is just, to put a shelf here and maybe a second shelf, because that's quite a lot of space for kitchen storage, and then have this whole section pull out its full width. So it'll be, is that width? Length. So it'll be a 2 foot, 2.5 foot by 4.5, 5 foot by 1.5 foot storage space for food, non-perishables, and for pots and pans, cutlery, dishware, etc. Now here is the wall that I made with some wood, which I'll talk about in a sec. And then here I'm framing out my cabinetry. So as you can see, once the counter is in, this is the place for the sink. Yes, it's a big sink, but I'm a messy person and I wanted space to have a kitchen sink and a shop sink, so I got a double basin sink. Underneath is going to be plumbing and quite a bit of storage. Here's my fridge. That's going to be sliding out so that I can open it and use the space on top. Instead of using that space just to be able to open up those lids, that'll be a drawer or a set of drawers. And then here is just some additional space. All of that will be counter space. Here there is going to be, well, probably just be boots and stuff, maybe a little coat hook. Long term, I do want to have a little fold out chair so that I can have some passengers, a passenger sitting more or less beside me as I drive. Otherwise, they're going to have to sit here. That'll be a pull-out sofa bed. And that brings me to the end of the progress I've made. It was really cold and snowy, and then I was traveling, so I haven't done much work. And to be honest, it was really hard to get motivated. I mean, there's so many things to do. I got a little bit overwhelmed, and I just decided to wait till it got warm. And now it's warm. I have zero excuses. And I got a great deal on this wood. I got it for free because at my job at High Mowing School, they recently, in the last couple of years, cut down large swaths of deforested land that they have and milled it on site to use in projects and there's a bunch of timbers, so like 4x6s, 8x8s, all sorts of crazy cool stuff. Almost any dimension you can think of is there, and unfortunately I can't use all of that, but I can use the scrap from the project. So that's stuff from a fencing project that we're working on, some of the wider stuff, just scraps from siding this garden shed that I was doing last week. And it's all great. It's all just rough cut lumber from High Mowing campus. And 2 years ago when it was cut down and milled, I helped roll the logs into the mill, and I helped, gonna ignore that message, I helped stack it. So I just pulled some of this stuff from the stack for the first time, and since I was working here 2 years ago, and now here it is in my bus, and it'll be traveling around the country, possibly the world, and I'm very happy with the look. That's just natural weathering instead of the kind of the forcefully recreated look that people are going for. I was recently told that my bus is not looking very Pinteresty. It wasn't pinnable, and I would like to do away with that notion by showing you this wall. That is a look that'll be replicated throughout the bus in the small areas where it's possible to have exposed wood, and I'm going to use more of this. Here's a small example. So there'll be board running across the top of the windows in this area, a small windowsill, and then framing out in between each window to get rid of some of this metal look. The metal will stay, it'll just be covered up. And then it'll be used to trim out all those cavities. Basically, it'll be everywhere I can get it, other than, cabinet doors and the floor and blah, 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 blah. So that's where we're at. Finally feeling good again about this project. There's a lot that needs to be done, a lot that needs to be cleaned up, like the ceiling. I've got a lot of these little joints that are just not meeting up nicely, but that's the kind of thing that'll come with time. I just need to focus on the big building blocks of the project, get things framed out, get things blocked out, and if I get hung up on the details and make sure everything looks perfect, I will not get anything done, and I'll stress myself out. So, if you have any license plates, send them to me. I'd be happy to pay for them. At the very least, I'd be happy to pay for shipping. That'll go a long way. It's not the easiest thing just to walk around and find them. And I'd love to get some license plates from places other than Washington or California, although I will use Washington and California plates. I need some here, and I can always use them here. Whatever I get that's cooler than these plates will go here where they're visible. Man, that looks small because of the shadow. How do you change that? Okay. These are real size plates. and very reflective. So whatever is cool, I try to like put the cool plates that I have. Like there's Montana, there's a blue plate, there is some of the plates that have like custom messages are up on here. But for the most part, it's kind of bland. So cool plates go there. Other plates go and get turned around and go around the fire. So yeah, do your part. Send them to me. And in the meantime, thanks for watching. Have a good time. This is Tristan Klein signing out. Be kind, be good, play hard, be safe, have fun.